This video contains graphic images, so viewer discretion is advised. I'm going to be going over the investigation photos that we all seen, we all know, we're all familiar with. I'm just going to go over what I have found that some people haven't pointed out. I'll probably point out things people have pointed out and just be stating the obvious that we see. And we're not even the ones with the badges or went to school for it, but yet we can make a whole circumstantial case in the time it takes to make a video. And I feel like the police didn't even bother enough to do a good and thorough investigation, which we will talk about. So the first image I am going to pull up here is not this one. I'm in the wrong one. Well, I guess we'll just wing it. I'm very new at this, so I'm just learning as I go. So I apologize and just bear with me. This one right here, this is where Kennekas walked in at. And if you see, you can see the freezer door. Now, if Kennekas was walking and she had seen somebody back there, they obviously would be able to see her. It's very easy for someone to hide and around the corner. Until you get to a certain point, you could think that this is a way out. Now, when you do get to a certain point, let's say up to this corner, you would think she would notice that it's a dead end. Oh, can't go nowhere. Turn around and go a different way. But let's say she did see somebody. Let's say she seen some people back there and was like, oh, look, people, let me go, ask for help or, see if I can find a way out. Because if we've all seen that every time we see her walking in the hallways, we do not see nobody around, which is strange because this hotel was so active during these times. We see people everywhere until we see shots of Kennekas. Then we don't see nobody. So that's very strange. And then the freezer. Now, one thing I do want to say about the freezer is that a lot of people have the misconception of that the freezer door would be too heavy to open. Everybody's like, oh, she was too drunk. There's no way she could open this heavy door. But that is not necessarily true. These doors are made for easy access. They're freezers for restaurants. So they have to be easy to open, in the case that you are holding something in your hand and, trying to get in there. So this right here, actually, I'm sorry, I thought I'd be able to circle and stuff, but I can't, or I can, and I just don't know how to. So, but the latch actually helps you open it. So when you go and pull the lever, it actually helps you open the door a little bit. It gives it a little push to open it. So I do believe that Kennekas could open these doors without a problem. But what my problem is that let's say she opened up the first door and then she walks in, obviously you're going to notice it's a freezer. There's another door. Let's say this door was closed and the other door was open, held up by something, like something here. Then she would see inside and then turn around and walk out. So I don't know. It's just very fishy. Freezer door again, but that's not what I wanted to point out. This one right here. So this handle, as I was saying, these are made to make work life easier in a restaurant. These right here, this is made for if you get locked in or if you have something in your hand, you can literally push your body onto it and it opens. That's why they make it pushable. So if Kennekas walked in and it's pitch black, then there would be a glow in the dark ball. I mean, it's the only thing you'd be able to see. And even if you are intoxicated, let's say you see this big glowing thing, let's say, yeah, I'm intoxicated. I'm trying to turn it. I mean, it would only take a minute for you to realize that you have to push it and open it. This crack right here, did anybody say that this crack has been there? Is it something that that was there beforehand? These little specks. Now, I did look at other pictures and you can see that they do look like maybe some type of food. It doesn't look like blood in other pictures, but we will never know because nobody swabbed it. Everything around her should have been swabbed. And that's why that takes me to this photo right here. We see all these things around here, right? I mean, grease and this black stuff and all of this should have been processed into evidence. Do you know there was only 4 things of evidence? The lip gloss, the what was the other thing? Her shoe, 4 things out of all the stuff that was around her. Like, what? Everything should have been swabbed, everything. And all of these should have been picked up. Like, this ice that we all are just confused about, because it takes water to make ice. So why are these chunks of ice just randomly around her body? That doesn't even make sense to me. And when I first seen these photos, when they first came out, this black stuff right here, when I first seen it, to me, it looked like something burnt, like someone set something on fire. So I'm thinking, oh, if Kennekas was inside the freezer, then she's trying to burn something to, keep herself warm, or trying to see something. And it could have been this cardboard right here. But, after a while, people were saying, well, maybe it is a black bag, which absolutely could be, like on her fingernail right here, because I feel like the plastic bag would be easier to stick to her nail, but just like on her pants right here, it looks like it could either be melted in or ashed in, just like I was saying with the circle, this thing right here, the circle door opener. She would be able to see that. And the only way she wouldn't be able to get herself out of there is if somebody was holding it and locked her in. So then that would make sense why she was trying to burn stuff, trying to look or get warm. And that's just, my opinion. This could just be the plastic bag, but I was just trying to think of, if I was locked in a freezer, going by the stuff that is around her. Now, right, where is it? Okay, there is some other stuff. I guess I'll talk about this since I'm already here at this picture. So you notice her hand. Now, when I seen this, I always thought, wow, it looks like she's holding something in her hand, or she was holding something in her hand. And it takes me to this picture right here. If you notice, she has something in her hand. And if you're watching the surveillance, you do see her holding something while she's walking through the hallways. And I mean, it could be her lip gloss, one of the lip glosses she has, or not. But in this one, you can kind of see it right here too. Now, I don't know if this is her watch or if this is the thing that's in her hand, but I always thought she was holding something. It always looked like maybe somebody took it out of her hand, but we don't see nothing around her besides her lip glosses, which, since I'm mentioning her lip gloss, I should probably talk about one thing that I noticed about her lip gloss. Now, this lip gloss right here, okay? If you notice, and this, I should probably get a little closer. If you notice about this lip gloss, to me, it looks like the door was slammed on top of it. You can even see it's creased a little bit, and there's liquid on one side of it. And if they're trying to say that she walked in and, locked herself in there, how would this get underneath the door? Now, she could have dropped it and then shut the door, but it would be more logical that she walked in, kind of went through a panic, pounding on the doors, kind of going crazy, and then things fall out of her pocket or out of her hand. I just think that if the door would have had to been open twice, if this got under there like that. Again, this stuff right here could possibly be blood, but it was never swabbed and processed. Another thing that I have noticed is her jeans. Now, we all know how dirty it is and that some of it even looks wet at some point. Like this big area right here looks like it was wet. But her jeans, the holes in her jeans. Now, I know a lot of people were saying a bunch of stuff about, her jeans looked different in some pictures and, like this picture right here. If you notice, obviously, we all know about this right here, how it was open right there. And so, okay, there it is, right? It's open. Let's go to this right here. It doesn't look open right here, which is super strange, but let's say it is. Let's say it's not. Look at all the rest of them. None of them are open. And this is right before she walks into the freezer. Right before she walks into the freezer. None of them are open like that. Now, being a female, here's another one. This is even here. Most of them are closed. This one on her leg kind of looks like it's open. Now, the top one that I was just talking about, she could have did that in the hotel room. She could have sat down and the little strings could have ripped open. As a female, I have pants like these that are tight fitted. And if you sit the wrong way or too fast or squat, some of those will open up. The little strings will open up and you can see more of your legs. But if she's just walking into the freezer in this picture and her jeans are all intact, then how in the world did they get to that okay, now I lost it, to this? Now, in my opinion, jeans like this get that way after washing them, after wearing them in time. Now, to me, this seems like she was doing a lot of movement to get her jeans to show that much skin. I mean, she had to have been doing a lot of movement. Am I wrong? I mean, they looked brand new and now they look like they have been worn, a bunch of times. So if I'm wearing these jeans and I'm doing running or, dancing, it's going to open up a lot of these holes. And that's just from experience. So I just find it very odd that they looked brand new right before she walked into that freezer. And now they look like this. So my next thing that I wanted to show you, let me find it. I had these in a better order right here. Let me get back in. Let me get in here. Okay. All right. So it's right here. So if you look at this photo right here, notice that there are footprints right here. There's one right here, and right here, all side by side. Okay. Now, are they the same as Kennekas' shoe? Are they the detective's shoes who's taking the picture? Or are they somebody else's shoe? I mean, how can you not notice that and not take pictures of that? Another thing is that if Kennekas was walking around in this freezer with her shoe off, we would see her footprint. Just one footprint. And we don't see that anywhere. But yet, and not only that, her foot is, yes, has a little bit of blood, and we all know that somehow it got like that. But look how clean her foot is. The side of her foot compared to her jeans and compared to her shoe. Even the bottom of it, what picture is this one? Even the bottom of it looks like she just took it out of her shoe. But yet the rest of her body is completely dirty. That alone is strange. And if we look right here, this is how they found her. They found her like this, right? This picture by itself, there's so many red flags. If they say she passed out like this, I'm sorry, but being a female who is intoxicated, one thing I am not going to do is pass out with my head completely in the corner with my hands laying under me on a hard floor. If my hands are under me on a hard floor, it's going to hurt after a while. It's going to, get uncomfortable. And if they say, they could say like, oh, well, she was, trying to keep herself warm. The floor is 10 times more cold than the air. So if I'm getting down on the ground trying to put my hands underneath me, it's even colder than the air is. And not only, look at her hair. This stuff in her hair should have been picked out and put into evidence to find out if it was from the freezer, from outside the hotel, for anywhere. Where did all this stuff come from? So not only that, you're telling me that she laid down like that with her hair all in her face like that? Really? She's pretty much suffocating herself with her own hair. So you're telling me that she laid down like that. If I'm laying down, I am taking my hair out of my face. First of all, I'm drunk, I'm hot, I want my hair out of my face. And females are constantly doing that, putting their hair out of their face or, putting it up or moving it to the side, all of that. I'm just going to pass out with literally eating my hair in a corner. It doesn't make sense. Just that alone, just seeing her like that just didn't make sense at all. Right here, you can notice that her pockets are not inside out. Now, when I seen these pictures, I was like, oh, her pockets are inside out. Her jeans are coming off of her. Her blouse is ripped open. But then I start looking at this and her pockets are inside her jeans. And yet they are out when they flip her over. Now, obviously, this means that they went in her pockets to see what was in there. But in no police report does it say that they went in her pockets to check her pockets to see if there was anything in it. Nothing even stating we emptied her pockets and there was nothing there. There was just nothing like that. And you're supposed to document every little thing in an investigation. So I don't understand why that wasn't in there. I don't know if that's a big deal or not, but to me it is. Because if you're just looking at these, let's say you don't even see the ones where her pockets are intact like this, and you just seen these ones, it looks like somebody was going through her pockets. So, I just feel like that should have been documented. The walls, we noticed how they have these spots on them. Like, I think I have a better picture of this. Let me see. Like over here, how it looks like it's wiped down. Now, this easily could be, from a different time. Absolutely. But I think that this whole freezer should have been sprayed with aluminol to see if there was any blood wiped up or if she was wiped up with blood. Now, I do know that when you die and you sit there for a while, your body does start to swell and it starts to change colors. It might get red or, all that. So her body obviously was really preserved because it was in the freezer, but it should have been sprayed with aluminol and that should have been checked regardless. They just did such a crappy job that honestly, it's just foolishness at this point. And it looks like that's what they were trying to do. They were just trying to speed it up. Like they wanted to get it over with. Like if you notice right here, all these police right here are walking around in this potential crime scene. And you have to think at this time, they don't know if it's a homicide or if it is an accident. They don't know. And yet you have all these officers walking around with no gloves, no booties, and there is no crime tape anywhere. Anywhere. This is so sloppy. Like it's so sloppy that it looks like they meant to just sweep it up real quick. I mean, how am I supposed to take you guys serious when this is how you guys conducted this whole investigation? I don't know. It's unbelievable. Now back to pictures. Now I have a big problem with this guy here. A huge problem. His whole demeanor and the way he found the body just tells me everything I need to know about this guy. I mean, think about it. I'm a manager who found out that a female went missing in my hotel. And I find a dead body in my freezer. How are you not panicked? How are you not distraught? How are you not only screaming for the police, but running to them? Like, I found her, you know? It was like he knew where she was. It was kind of like he was like, you know what? Let me go hurry up and find this body so that we can just get this over with. That's what it seemed like to me. He walked back there and walked out like it was another day. Like, you just found a dead body. A dead body. So I don't know. I know everybody's reaction is different, but I'm sorry. There's just no way you wouldn't at least be completely blindsided. I mean, you don't know that body's there, right? You have no idea that where this girl is, and you just find her and you just walk back like an ordinary day. It's very, very weird. You know what I think? I think that this hotel did not realize how loved Kennekas was, and that she was going to be searched for as quick as she was. I don't think they realized. I think that they thought that they had more time to do whatever they were going to do. And now, with the lack of investigation and everything, I believe that the police are in it. I believe that the hotel is in on it. And I feel like they want to sweep it underneath the rug because they don't want this on their record. At this time, it was only 2 years ago since the organ trafficking. So they don't want this on top of that. So there's just way more here than meets the eye. And this guy right here, I think, knows way more than what he says. He just gives me the creeps. Oh. So this guy and girl, this little boy and his mom or sister, whoever it is, because she looks kind of young, but you know, I think I seen somewhere about them going swimming. I'm not sure, but at this time, it's about, it's late, super late at night. And they close the pools down at like 10:30, 11 o'clock. Every hotel does this. They close it down to filter and clean the pool area. And the little man right here has one of those flight pillows on that, that you can rest your head and you won't get a crink in your neck. It just basically helps you sleep better. My son has the same pillow, except for his is gray. So I just wanted to throw that out there for anyone who thought that. Let's see. I think I might have covered everything. I'm sure I probably forgot something. Let's see. Let me just check real quick to see if I forgot anything. I don't think I did. No, I think I did cover everything. Well, then I guess I will end it with this. So I remember seeing this and I thought, 8:30? What in the world? What in the world could August 30th have anything to do with this case? And I was just really, I don't know, I was kind of baffled by it. And when I did see the video, I took this picture to show you. Well, of course, I can't find it, but I took these images right here. And if you look, the top one is the week before. This is supposed to be August 30th. And the bottom one is obviously Kennekas in the corner. And what it looks identical. Looks identical. It has this thing still there, this thing still there. You're telling me that this cup has been there for a whole week and a couple days? Now, I know they said, oh, this kitchen wasn't used for anything, but obviously the owner of this cup has been there. So that's telling me that somebody has been going in there. Could it have been there that long? Absolutely. But I honestly think that this was the same day. Why would it be in the reports? For what reason? Why? I mean, if it's on August 30th, what would that have to do with anything with this day? Now I do want to show you this right here. Now, what I was surprised about is that not a lot more people have talked about this. Shout out to Vibing with the Don. Everybody go to his channel and watch this video in full. I'm just going to show you a part of it because he actually did the video about it and showed it. And I don't know, I guess I'm just surprised that this wasn't more of a big deal or talked about way more. So I'm just going to play a little bit so you can see it. It kind of looks like he walks around something too every time he walks over there. You see him kind of walking around. Yeah, I don't understand why this was put in the case file. It's crazy. Right. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so you guys get the idea. Um, Shout out to him for making this video. I definitely think it's very suspicious that they even, and this video was actually updated after the surveillance was already, after they already had the surveillance and put it on the website. They updated it and had this one on, like, weeks later, maybe even a month later. I'm not exactly sure, but yeah, that's very, very suspicious. So yeah, I'm pretty much done here. I think I covered everything that I wanted to cover. I do want to say that um, I have tried to make this video about, this is probably my fifth time trying to make it. The first time the audio was bad. The second time it wouldn't convert. The third time it cut off in the middle of the video. Just, it has been so crazy trying to get this video out here. It's very hard for me to make videos. I have a 5-year-old and he doesn't make it easy for me to make any videos. The only time that I really can do it is when he's at his grandparents' house. So I would like to make more videos like this, but they're probably going to be, far between. One other thing I do want to ask people is, when I'm watching on YouTube, when I'm watching a Kennekas video, it never goes to another Kennekas video, or it never goes to another channel who makes videos of Kennekas. It always goes to this one video, and the video is of the Breakfast Club with the interview of Nipsey Hussle. Never fails. And it's strange because every time I'm watching a different YouTuber or YouTube channel, like I could be watching like a true crime with Kendall Ray or Bailey, or just watching something who plays video games like Vlad or Corey, and it will continue to play their videos back to back, back to back. But any video I watch with Kennekas, it never goes to another Kennekas video, not even another true crime video. So I thought that was very strange, and I was just wondering if that has happened to anybody else, or does that happen to anybody else? Just because I find that very strange. But if you are still here, thank you, and I appreciate it. Thank you for watching. If anyone chooses to comment, please be respectful. I have been noticing that there has just been a lot of drama around this case. I mean, it's already filled with so much drama that we should not be fighting each other about it. I mean, everybody is doing their own investigation, and the investigation is going to take them somewhere. I mean, it just depends on who you are, and everybody's going to have their own opinions. So as long as we keep this in the spotlight and keep it going, and hopefully we can find something that will bring more light to this case. That's all that matters, is just trying to get some justice. I get it. There are channels that are just absolutely ridiculous, that just are laughable, but but it's entertaining. And I take it as that, entertainment with those channels. But you can't take away from the channels that are actually doing good work and finding things. So shout out to everybody who works on this case. And I hope everybody is staying safe. And thank you for watching. Bye.